Welcome back! In this video, you're going to learn more about recognition. Now we're just below on the top on the 4th level of the pyramid. Recognition is one of the most important basic needs at all. Recognizing someone means accepting him, appreciating him for his character and strengths, and also being respectful and honest with him. If a person lacks recognition, for example, if he's not integrated into the group and he neither receives praise nor appreciation for things that he conscientiously does, then that can lead to a tremendous loss of self-esteem and even mental issues. Especially in the workplace, many employees complain about a lack of recognition from their bosses. The fact that they often feel overworked but are not appreciated for what they do quickly causes stress-related illnesses. The problem with lack of recognition is that the person concerned closes his mind to other people and does not show his positive qualities and abilities to the outside world. So then there's no longer the possibility for others to recognize the person concerned for character and strengths. As we can see, a doom loop can arise so quickly. However, if it behaves the other way around, that is, if a person gets a lot of appreciation, then he is motivated to continue to show himself at his best because it just feels extremely good to be accepted and cherished by others. At this point, let's include this need in a video game. As an example, we just take an open world game with built-in multiplayer function in which you have to work out your own standard of living. In other words, the player has to hunt for himself and collect materials from which he can later build his house. He can design the house himself according to his own ideas. For example, he can opt for a simple hut, which costs him the least amount of labor and raw materials and is also the quickest to reach. The hut would certainly fulfill its purpose. But at this point, something very different often happens. Suddenly, players begin to create sumptuous mansions and even castles, although it takes so much more time and would not actually be necessary. And precisely for this phenomenon, among other things, the need for recognition is responsible. The players now use the multiplayer mode to invite friends into their own world, so the self-built work is of course proudly presented to the visitors, who will then praise and admire the incredible homes. A great feeling for the player, a feeling that one could easily get used to and that causes the player to return again and again to the virtual world. Because there he can find fulfillment for his need for recognition. Other examples, which you can include into your own game, are recognition by NPCs, so non-player characters, which show their respect to the player as soon as he becomes more powerful. This method can be used in roleplay games, for example. Achievements that are presented to the player accompanied by a pleasant melody and praising words. An open world that can be edited and improved by plants or other objects, for example. And a high score table. If your game does not have a multiplayer mode, the players could also film their own game worlds and creations and upload them to the internet. In this way, the player gets the recognition through the thumbs up and comment section. So in summary, we can say, people want to be accepted and appreciated by other people. Multiplayer modes offer the players the opportunity to present themselves and their successes to other players. And if the game does not offer a multiplayer mode, a high score and the other methods just mentioned can be used to meet the need. A high score can be used to measure the skill level of a player by a number. This number reflects success in the form of points that he has achieved overall. In the next video, we are going to talk about success and you will learn what the high score is all about. See you then!